As grateful as I have been for your company, Dr. Watson, I'm afraid you shall have to investigate Edelweiss alone.
Alone? Mr. Holmes, I fear you overestimate my abilities.
Nonsense. You are a military man, a bastion of British courage.
I'm no such thing. As a doctor, I avoided most combat, save for one dreadful day. My troop was ambushed in a village, with innocents caught in the crossfire. Too many to help.
The man with the rosary. He was one of them?
A translator, yes. We were trapped. 6 soldiers and myself. I thought it was the end. But Lieutenant Paget refused to go quietly. The men prepared for a final stand. I rose to follow, but Paget shook his head. He told me to run. That I had other men to save. They charged, and I fled through the rear. So you see, Mr. Holmes, I am a coward.
The logic seems inescapable.
Yes.
You, a surgeon by trade, would have been perfectly useless in that conflict.
What? No.
And how many men have you helped since? Ailments eased, troubles tended?
No more than a handful. Truth be told, I've become somewhat of a recluse.
How many people could you help with 30 years ahead of you? Dozens? Hundreds? Paget was correct. You can cease your self-recrimination.
Holmes, I don't know what to say.
I would start with, I am Dr. John Watson, may I look around? The Edelweiss staff will doubtless be eager to show off their facility to a fellow physician. I have already taken the liberty of sending a letter on your behalf to request a visit.
And what of you?
I shall be pursuing other avenues. Should you see anything troublesome or improper, simply notify the local authorities. Otherwise, try a little analysis yourself. You know my methods. Apply them.
By Jove. What's this? A visitor from space. Glowing meteor lands in Arkham. It's from the short story Color Out of Space.
I cannot wait to see her.
My daughter receives the finest treatment money can buy.
Examination room.
No visitors are allowed through here. Professor's orders.
Salutations, madam. I am Dr. John Watson. I was wondering if you've got word of my visit.
Yeah, Dr. Watson. We received your letter on the matter. Would it be to see Professor Gygax?
No, I just want to look around.
The asylum's facilities, actually. I've heard great things about the work you do here.
Permission to go anywhere would have to come from Professor Gygax. Wait here, bitte. Mr. and Mrs. Bronson, your girl has made remarkable progress. See? Take a look for yourself.
My apologies for keeping you waiting, Dr. Watson. Surely you understand how medical work can make
You look
one
creepy
lose
as
track
hell.
of time.
Do not be sorry, Professor. I too know the importance of closely attending to patients.
The work hardly stops here, yet the satisfaction of perfecting the mind compels us to persevere.
I take it you welcome many a soul into your establishment?
Admissions, yes. Visitors, though? I am curious as to what brought you to the Schwarzes Edelweiss.
Word of mouth. An article I read back in London spoke highly of your institution. But rather than taking its word for it, I thought I would see things for myself.
My asylum's reputation precedes it, then.
Everyone, your attention, please. Guten Day. Yes, hi. Hello. The name's Amos Colby, Northwood Detective Agency, Boston. I got questions that need answers. Who's in charge here?
That can't
What
be right.
seems to be the matter, Dr. Watson? You can tell me.
By Jove, it cannot be him.
You know, let's keep it to ourselves right now.
Right. Yes. I was surprised because that man is a celebrity. Yes, that's it. Very famous, Mr. Colby. I couldn't believe my eyes.
No. In my line of work, it can't wait. The longer it takes
If
me
you
to
wish
get
to
the truth,
recuperate,
the
Dr.
more
Watson,
lives
you
are
may
placed
avail
in
yourself
harm's
of the
way.
guest room.
But I have so much more to discuss.
Nurse, if you'd be so kind as to escort Dr. Watson to the guest room. Herr Colby, from Northwood Agency. How unexpected.
I wonder.
I am Professor Gygax. I would be happy to answer your questions in the examination room.
Look, Professor, unless you got any clues as to the whereabouts of...
There is no need to be alarmed. No one gets neglected in life.
Now, let's not resort to brute force.
Do not worry, Herr Colby. My methods are rather more delicate. Search him thoroughly. Then take him to the holding chamber. I need to decide precisely what to do with our guest.
Oh, I'm playing as this guy? Interesting.
The unmistakable scent of alcoholism. Did you walk through their doors as I did, or did they collect you off the streets?
Okay. That one would need 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1. Okay, so one more. Okay. There we go. Okay.
Truncheon, not the typical tool for a nurse.
Holding chamber. Lionel Reichard. Hans Winkler.
You there!
Oh,
I
Jesus!
command you to free me at once.
I'm not sure that's a great idea at the moment.
How dare
Why
you
do I
deny
sound
me?
like Watts?
I must have my revenge against the lickspittles upstairs.
Fortunately for you, I'm here to stop the very same people.
You are.
Indeed. But first, I must discover all I can about this institution. Tell me, have you witnessed the arrival of any foreign patients?
Tell me. The gall. The impertinence to bark such orders.
Please, we don't have time for this.
Oh, that's Sherlock!
I am the
I'm
great
an idiot.
Napoleon.
Oh. Napoleon Bonaparte?
The one and only. Emperor of the French, first consul of the Republic, leader of La Grande Armée. Once
Right.
I am free and have exacted my revenge.
We're
against the
Sherlock.
gods who
We're in
hated Cthulhu,
disguise.
I shall rest happy in the arms of my beloved Josephine.
Right. Well, I will leave you to your scheming, Emperor.
Clear
My heart is pierced by Cupid. I
Felicia
disdain all
Hung.
glittering gold. There is nothing can console me
Storage room.
but my jolly sailor boy.
Right.
Any chemist would envy the quality of this equipment. The final product, ready to cure madness, or to push one deeper into its grasp. Raw materials used to formulate medicine. With this equipment, they can create any type of medication.
Frogs can't wash up, and I surely can. That is the difference between a frog and a man. Fourth little frog was dirty and rotten. What if I put that frog in the water? Lucy Dundrop swims in a bath. Laundry becomes the end of her path. Fourth little frog dies in the walls of Black Edelweiss.
It sounds sinister, even for a place.
Patient Eloise K. Diagnosis dermatillomania. Commentary: nail trimming every day. Do not untie her hands even if she won't stop screaming. Patient Mauricio H. Diagnosis mania dissociation. Commentary: after the incident with the nurse, prescribed therapeutic fasting for a week. Mention Josephine to make him more manageable. Patient Mariana W. Diagnosis hysteria. Commentary: keep raising the dosage until she forgets the child. Stupor is quite acceptable. Patient Nils J. Diagnosis nervous breakdown. Commentary: do not allow any visits. All letters sent to the patient must be
Like
destroyed.
this. I wonder if there are more frogs in the pond. Very sturdy. I might borrow it. What was that? Is someone there? I'm sure I heard something.
I command you to let me out.
One, three, two, three, four. Okay, middle one is comes down. Okay.
A certificate of appreciation from the municipal councillor to Professor Becker for contributions to the development of medicine in Interlaken. A simple toolbox, yet capable of repairing anything.
Professor Gygax, I have suffered serious chemical burns upon my hand, the consequence of your inexcusable actions. My session with Gerda ended before it even began. Poor thing was so terrified she refused to talk and started to destroy everything in the room rather than let me approach her. What you did to Gerda will not and cannot happen again. Let it be known that I consider your methods a barbaric malpractice. If as you so boldly claim you wish to be the future of my facility, you must embody my high standards. Do not disappoint me again. Professor Becker, Director of Black Otherwise.
Tubes of varying diameters. Interesting. Speech and the Cerebellum by S.A. Becker.
Frogs cannot kill, but I surely can. There's a difference between frog and man. Fifth little frog was foolish at large. He forgot about rules and who was in charge. Timothy Camilleri lies dead in Block B. I swapped out his pills for something nasty. Fifth little frog dies in the walls of Black Edelweiss.
John Sallow, the Tulpa phenomenon. I'm somewhat of an expert already. Painting in a mental institution. Vogel would be delighted. R.G. Hill, Dr. Connolly. It appears that all the psychiatric classics were banished here. This photo was damaged, seemingly by oil. I can make out the names listed here. Cooking grease. Is this the kitchen dumbwaiter? Looks like it's still operational.
Yeah.
My comrades in Paris shall hear about this.
There's the guest room.
Eh?
I wonder if Watson was able to speak to Gygax. I'd rather not sit in this chair ever again. This sedative worked faster than I expected. Perhaps I ought to train myself. Build up a tolerance.
Use a handmade blowpipe. It could be possible to sedate the guard from a distance using a handmade blowpipe. Perhaps one of the tubes from the storage room could suit.
This should suffice.
Got him. Sorry, buddy. Yikes. Frogs cannot think, and I surely can. That is the difference between a frog and a man. First little frog was my very first try. Her dumb little head is needed to pry. Hannah Pollard near the hole in the wall wonders. There, her head with a brick encounters. First little frog dies in the walls of black. Edelweiss. What the...
This should be enough to avoid unwanted attention, at least from a distance. Manufactured and packaged here. This is the same narcotic substance that we found in London.
Herr Schneitzer, I hasten to assure you that your son is in good hands and that his unexpected development of a psychological disorder can be remedied at our facility. I am sure you are as concerned about your son's well-being as I am, and I am confident our combined efforts will lead to a speedy recovery. The housing of our pharmaceuticals in your warehouse is an important part of this process. If you succeed at drawing officials' attention away from this precious cargo, there will be nothing to stop me from returning your son to you safe and sound and free of this unfortunate illness. Yours sincerely, Professor Gygax.
Go away, or I will tear your lips from your skull with my fingernails!
Miss,
I'll gouge your eyes out and cut off your hands, just like you did to Heidi.
I am quite certain you would, but I'm afraid you have me mistaken for someone else. So, I take it your name is Gerda? Who is Heidi?
You talk strange. You're going to Hell's Door, aren't you? To where those other funny talkers finally shut up?
Hell's Door? To what do you refer?
Only Heidi had answers. Go away, pig!
I
said go, or you will spend your last moments on Earth screaming. This door won't stop me.
So you're Heidi. I didn't realize I was on haunted doll watch. The garments of several dozen people at least. Fabric burnt in the furnace. A jalabia, a traditional garment from northern Africa.
Frogs cannot dream, and I surely can. That is the difference between a frog and a man. Frogs dreaming is seedless. There is nothing to reap. So I woke the third frog from his meaningless sleep. A man counts sheep, and Peter Tichakek has seen zero in holding chamber lies. Smothered by pillow, third little frog dies in the walls of black Edelweiss. Scribbled in Georgian. Something sticking out.
An Orthodox reliquary commonly found in Eastern Europe, now in a cell halfway up the Alps. So this is how they kept the prisoners docile and harmless.
N4, age, young, adult, sex male, nationality Dutch, diagnosis a weak-minded subject eager to follow orders for perceived rewards, strong build, dosed with 0.4 milligrams. N5, adult, male, Romanian, diagnosis the subject remained violent, requiring the need for traditional sedatives. Once calm, the dosage for the subject was minimal, 0.2 milligrams. And 6, young adult male, nationality Ainu, diagnosis language incomprehensible, subject is thus assumed mad, subject possesses a lighter, more agile frame, and as such a smaller dosage was required, 0.2 milligrams. And 7, young male adult, nationality Maori, diagnosis language incomprehensible, subject is thus assumed mad. The subject was large and required an above-average dosage of 0.8 milligrams. Summary. All subjects in good condition showing signs of obedience regardless of race or native language, they must move on for further testing.
This stretcher was disinfected frequently.
Second little frog. Frogs cannot choose, and I surely can. That is the difference between a frog and a man. Second little frog gave up to its fate, which I chose for her and served on a plate. Abigail Emerzio bleeding almost full tank. Near the examination room, she lies with a skank. Second little frog dies in the walls of Black Edelweiss.
These are the same crates we found in London. I should take a closer look. I doubt that one could survive such a journey with this little water. The kidnappers even provided airflow. How generous. This is the same design as the one from London. Dirt and sweat. They were locked in here for days, judging by the smell. This trip was prolonged and perilous. A bottle this sturdy doesn't break by accident.
Lots of blood.
Substantial blood loss. One poor soul found another way out. The stamp on this crate confirms it came from America. That's quite a distance to travel.
Interesting.
The doors can be opened for deliveries.
Perfect.
Carriages were backed through these doors, and they began to unload their cargo in secret. Next, the crates were opened, freeing their passengers. Not everyone survived the journey. The dirty, exhausted, and dehydrated prisoners were then herded into cells. But all the cells are now empty, and I have not located a morgue. Time to find Hell's Door. The doors can be opened for deliveries.
They took you away, and I'll never forgive them.
Hell's Door.
Darn. No way I can get past him without being noticed. Locked. I suppose the reception will be guarded anyway.
Okay.
Darn. No way I can get past him without being noticed.
Okay. So I can't do anything up here.
Why did they hurt you, Heidi?
Alright, I'm kind of lost here. Block B. Okay, so I'm in block A. We're missing something.
So you're Heidi. I didn't realize...
What the hell? Oh. Oh, never mind. So, let's see. Okay. Trying to think here. So B still needs to be investigated. That's B. This is B. Maybe.
I wish I could hear your voice again.
So you're...
Okay. Oh, hello. Whoa! Oh. Scratches.
Scratches. Something has been moved through here.
What's this?
This seems to be a locking mechanism. The whole thing must be a door.
How to get the key? Okay. Okay. Well, son of a bitch. Okay, well maybe... What's her name? What's her name? Gerda? Has something to say about it? There we go.
Make them pay for what they did to Heidi.
I found Hell's Door, the one that made the foreigners silent. Remember? How do I open it?
You want to enter Hell's Door? I can't tell you. It was Heidi who knew. I can't talk.
Now listen here.
Only Heidi knew the answer. And she's gone. Gone. Gone!
I shall leave you two to get reacquainted.
Okay. Can I just bring you Heidi?
I miss Heidi so much. She was so smart and knew every secret of Edelweiss. Chatting with her was the only thing comforting me.
Okay. Maybe we need to fix the doll? Because it's pretty beat up. There's tools in here, right? That could fix anything? Supposedly? Okay.
Good lord, how unsettling. The damage seems intentional.
Ah.
I will make them pay for what they did to Heidi.
I believe I have found your friend.
Heidi! Oh, poor girl. What did they do to you? Shh. It's all right now. Everything will be all right.
Please, Gerda, now I have found Heidi, I need some help from you in return.
Shh, Heidi. We should thank the man, don't you think?
How did you end up in Block B?
The nurses say I'm prone to violent outbursts, but they're wrong. I just do what Heidi tells me.
Have you ever met Professor Becker?
I remember him. He was in charge here before that witch Gygax. But I haven't heard his voice for a long time. Too bad. He was nice.
Tell me all you know about those funny-talking people.
We'd hear their screams. The guards would take them down the corridor behind you and they'd disappear. And the screams would stop.
Professor Gygax seems to rule this facility with an iron fist. Do you know anything about her?
She's sick. She did nasty things to us. Separated me and Heidi just for fun. Before she got here, this place was all right.
I found Hell's Door, the one that made the foreigners silent, remember? How do I open it? Gerda, please, I cannot get inside. You have to tell me how to open it.
How can you speak to me like nothing's wrong? Can't you hear Heidi crying? Look at her! Look! She's suffering. I can't even hear my thoughts over her screams. Poor Heidi. We will fix you. I promise. We will fix you.
I shall leave.
Oh, for God's sake. Okay. I bet you there's stuff in this storage area. Yeah, see? Okay. I guess we could check the room Heidi was in. There's clothes and stuff in there. Maybe there's something we can use. Ah, see, here we go. All right. Let's go repair this doll.
Will this help fix your friend?
Give it to me.
How is she feeling?
Everything will be all right, Heidi. Everything.
Gerda, I have a couple of questions.
Yes,
Shut your dirty little mouth, Gerda.
What
Said enough
the
already.
fuck?
She won't speak no more. Now it's only Heidi. You helped me, and I didn't cut out your eyes. So we're even. Now go!
Okay.
There are things I need some clarity on.
Ask if you dare, but if I get bored, there will be consequences.
Jesus.
I found Hell's Door, but it's locked.
Yeah, yeah. Hell's
Is there
Door.
a way to get in?
Hell's Door? Never heard of it.
Okay, but she said you do.
That's not true. You, Gerda, told me that Hell's Door makes people silent forever.
And you believe that snotty little girl? I'll personally ensure that she never dares to speak again.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, what about this? This guy's talking about Gerda.
Professor Gygax hurt you repeatedly, scarred your body and mind. You are not protecting Hell's Door. You are simply afraid of the consequences were I to enter.
I could tap your teeth out with a hammer until you choked on the blood in bits.
You could, but then you would live the rest of your life in fear of Professor Gygax. I can make that feeling go away.
How?
I can stop her. But the key, Heidi, the key to Hell's Door is critical to stopping Professor Gygax. And I think you know where it is.
Tell him!
But you said
And now I say tell him!
the professor. She has a special key. Keeps it close and only brings it down when you people go through. Behind those closed doors, those people start to sing. Oh, they sing in so much pain.
Gygax. Of course. Thank you, Gerda. Heidi. I must leave.
Leave? You joke. Nobody leaves the Edelweiss. Now you will be with us forever!
Okay. Sure, whatever you say, lady. Watson could find it and set him downstairs. Watson must be in the guest room that is beside Gygax's office. Perhaps he could acquire the key and use the kitchen dumbwaiter to deliver it down to the storage room. How to get Watson for help. Dumbwaiter. Okay. Ah, there we go. Use a patient to create a diversion. The patient who claims to be Napoleon Bonaparte could help freeing him, could create enough of a distraction to find and contact Watson on the ground floor. Okay. Let's go free the little guy. Okay. Come here, Napoleon. Okay. Okay, 1, 3, 2. Okay. 1, 3, 2. What would that be, like 4? 3, 4. Bingo. Oh. Abigail bleeding almost full tank near the examination room.
The killer was limping, but Abigail couldn't escape.
Okay. Holding chamber lies smothered by pillow. Holding chamber.
Petter gouged at the wall, fighting for his life. Odds are he left scars on the killer, too.
Okay. Hannah Pollard, near the hole in the wall, wanders there, her head with the brick encounters first frog. Hole in the wall. Hole in the wall. What the devil does that mean? Oh.
The murderer used his left hand to kill Hannah with a brick.
Block B, I swapped out his pills.
The killer swapped Timothy's pills for cyanide. The faint almond scent is unmistakable.
Interesting. One more. The laundry becomes the end of her.
The killer was strong enough and the bathtub deep enough to drown poor Lucy. Well, it's clear that it was a multiple murderer. I'll send the profile to the police after we finish here.
The subject feels superior to other humans and asserts himself at the expense of his victims. He calls them little frogs, likely seeing himself as a kind of scientist who prepares his subjects. Odds are he is meticulous, taking a long time to plan and prepare for each murder. Judging by the location of the crime scenes, the killer is or was an employee of the Black Edelweiss. Alright, now that that's done, let's go release the Bonaparte.
At last, you came to your senses.
My humble apologies, Emperor.
Spare me your groveling, Englishman.
Of course, you are right as ever, for you see, time is of the essence. The royalists have risen again, and your darling Josephine needs you. Paris needs you.
Mon amour.
But the guards upstairs in reception stand in your way.
Ha! They will pose no problem for the likes of me. Merci, Englishman. When I return to Les Tuileries, I shall make you a general.
Oh, you are too kind, Emperor. Now go. Your freedom awaits.
I am coming, Josephine.
Nice.
Psst. Watson. Over here.
Holmes, what are you doing here, and where did you get that outfit?
It is unimportant. I require your assistance.
What is happening, Holmes? I need an explanation.
It's quite simple. I created a distraction so that I could tell you something important, and in turn, I need you to acquire something important for me.
How can you call any of this charade simple?
Watson, we can discuss this later. Time is of the utmost importance. The kidnapped people may still be here. This is what I know so far.
What? You really found all this on your own?
Focus, Watson. I need you to find a key. It will be most unique. All the details are in my notes. Logic dictates that Gygax will keep it near her. Once acquired, you must get it to me. Perhaps the kitchen dumbwaiter could be of use.
Holmes, I can't do this. I'm no spy.
Yes, you can, Watson. You are unfailingly dependable.
Dr. Watson, visitors are not permitted back here.
I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Kuntz. After the war, my nerves, I fled all that commotion.
It is nothing. A patient attempted to escape. He will not get far. Now, if you would like to follow me.
Okay. Must acquire a key for me once. Okay.
Blood in the water. Someone must have washed their hands here recently. What have we got ourselves into, Holmes? The only reason to hang something this harrowing here would be to create another patient. Did a child make these? Perhaps I should take this. For all I hope it won't be needed.
Yep.
Ah, Dr. Watson. Just the man I wanted to see.
Professor, I'm surprised you're not trying to catch that escapee.
Please, my time is far too valuable. I hope Nurse Kuntz has been taking good care of you.
He has certainly kept me out of trouble.
Professor, it is time for your appointment with your next patient, Mr. Wolf.
Herr Wolf can wait until tomorrow. I wish to speak with Dr. Watson.
As you wish.
You still see patients yourself, even as the director of this entire facility?
Only the important ones. And yet I rarely get to pick the brain of a man like yourself. I think it is time we got to know each other. No?
I'm afraid there's not much to know. I'm just an average chap living a rather prosaic life these days.
Dr. Watson, those of us who pursue knowledge are anything but average. Now, who are you?
I'm a doctor.
I'm a physician in search of a stimulating career. I have patients, yes, but admittedly, I'm more interested in the cutting edge of medical research. So when I read about the Black Edelweiss and your work on the healing of minds, I simply had to learn more.
I suppose my Edelweiss was always destined to attract other curious minds. But before we continue, I want you to understand one thing. A broken mind can never be truly healed.
Ah, I see. So, what exactly do you do here?
It is simple. If you cannot fix a person's nature, you must force them to forget it.
Surely there are other methods of treatment.
How naive. You remind me of a man I once knew, Professor Becker. But we do not speak of him anymore.
A colleague?
The former director here. One day he realized that Edelweiss had outgrown him and had to leave his post. Do you grow weary of me already, Doctor?
I was simply admiring your office, Professor. Apologies.
While I am pleased you appreciate its practicality and appearance, we were discussing bigger things. Was my conversation boring you?
No, not at all. I merely...
No, I understand full well. You're not seeking conversation.
What do you mean?
It is obvious. Your mind craves truth, but not in this form. You must witness a practical demonstration if you are to learn.
I'm certainly intrigued. Would that be possible?
Of course. I propose a journey between the jury of the human brain. You will not leave without being truly enlightened. Kuntz, take Dr. Watson back to the courtyard. Then tell the nurses to prepare the operation room and the girl with the doll.
Yes, Professor.
Our preparations will take a little time. I will come for you soon, Doctor.
Okay. Let's see what's down here. Patient reports. October 1879. As more serious treatment is necessary, my special patient Wolf will be transferred to patient room 2 on the ground floor. All other patients must be removed from my schedule and reassigned to other specialists at the institute. This patient's mental state requires constant monitoring and immediate intervention to avoid undesirable consequences. December 1879. The necessary surgical procedures were successfully performed. Physical recovery is still in progress. Memory loss is increasing, but still not complete. A new obsession with writing has developed, probably as a side effect. January 1880. The patient's writing now mentions old names. Clear sign of partial memory recovery. Unacceptable result, as a second surgery is required, targeting both the frontal and the temporal lobes. February 1880. Surgery went well. The patient's memory does not persist for longer than a couple of minutes. Although an obsession with writing lingers, danger eliminated, daily monitoring prescribed.
Good lord, that's a lot of records. Photograph seems recent. A commemorative photo album. Been a while since I've been in one of these.
Oh gosh. That's not where we want to go. Okay. Patience poetry. Oh dear, a beautiful alpine flower, whose heart I do miss so. You call to me while I don't see how could I let you go. The storm cuts through my senses, makes all my thoughts so blind. With no captain I miss reason, what did they truly find? Cold and dark with grimy walls, roughly held like animals, trapped yet free, why do I fall? Something squirms on the tip of the tongue, but what can it be? What did I forget?
You are Mr. Wolf, am I right?
Mr. Wolf?
Who might you be?
My name is Dr. John Watson. I wanted to talk with you, if you didn't mind.
Ah, Doctor. I don't suppose you could help. I seem to have forgotten where I am.
We're in the Black Edelweiss, Mr. Wolf. It's an asylum in Switzerland, and you are one of its most important patients.
But why am I here?
That's what I was about to ask you.
I can't remember. Sorry, I can't remember anything.
It's all right. You don't need to push. Try to relax. Let the thoughts come and go. Now, what comes to mind? Mr. Wolf?
Oh, hello. Who might you be?
Well, shit.
We just went over this.
I'm sorry, but I don't think we've met.
We were just discussing this facility, the Black Edelweiss Asylum, and why you are here.
That name does sound familiar.
Holmes, the things I do for you.
Excuse me, who are you? And who's this Holmes fellow?
I am Dr. Watson, and Holmes is, well, you could call him my imaginary friend. That's just a little joke, don't mind me.
But why am I here, Doctor? Am I sick?
I'm sure I can take a look.
Okay. Two deep scars, precise surgical incisions. Facial palsy, one side is paralyzed. Severe chemical burns faded with age. Skin pigmentation, possible abuse of medicine. Let's see. And treatment isn't working. An adult male with 2 deep surgical scars in the side of his head and an old chemical burn on one of his hands. Mr. Wolf has some paralysis of facial muscles and blue-gray pigmentation spots on his skin. These symptoms are most likely pre-existing, and his admission to the Black Edelweiss for treatment has so far failed to cure him. An adult male, yeah. Mr. Wolf has some paralysis of his facial muscles, most likely the result of brain surgeries. Blue-gray pigmentation spots on his skin are likely due to the overuse of medications containing silver nitrate. It appears that his illness is a direct result of the treatment he has received here at the Black One. Okay, so I'm going to say it's because of the treatment.
Dear Lord, what did Gygax do to you?
Excuse me? Who are you?
Oh, never mind.
Okay. Patient reports mentions him, and then I guess maybe his character portrait. Oh yeah, Wolf is actually Professor Becker, the previous director of the Black Edelweiss. He now suffers from severe memory issues, but still retains the ability to write. How to lure her out. Maybe if we use Becker against her. So... yeah, they're talking about a very important patient. So that must have been this guy, right? Ah, damn! Use Becker to distract Gygax. If Becker can still write, perhaps he can get Gygax's attention with a letter. Okay.
Hello again. You won't remember me, but we've met before. I am Dr. John Watson, and you are Professor Becker. You were the previous director of this facility, the Black Edelweiss.
Professor, really? Actually, that name does sound familiar. Wait. Let me write it down. I try to recall memories through writing, but they always feel just out of reach.
As a matter of fact, I have more for you to jot down.
Oh, yes. Yes, please, anything.
Professor Gygax did this to you. She made you forget everything, even who you are. But we will play a trick on her. We will write a letter so that she learns her lesson. Put down what I dictate.
She is cruel.
Dear Professor Gygax, your vile work has ruined countless lives through needless suffering. Your methods serve nothing but to show your own sick emotional state.
Okay.
You are not, as you so claimed, the future of the Edelweiss, and you never were. And by the time you make it to my cell, the police will already know the truth of how you came to be director of this asylum. Signed, Professor Becker.
There. It's done. Now, hold on a minute. Who are you?
My name is John Watson. I'm a doctor from London, a veteran of Afghanistan, and I wish to be a writer, though deep down I fear I lack the talent. And presently I'm risking my life to help my brilliant detective flatmate in the pursuit of a cult of kidnappers, even as I fear it may destroy him. I'm tired and hungry, and I have not had a good bath in weeks, and yet despite it all, I feel alive. Any more questions?
Good heavens, sir. You're as mad as they come.
Okay, hey, buddy, I got a letter for
One of
you.
the patients asked me to deliver this note. It's for Professor Gygax.
Thank you, Doctor. Leave it with me.
Okay.
Unbelievable. Kunz, with me.
Okay. Nice.
Nothing special about this.
Then why the hell did I pick it up? Okay. Letter from New Orleans Bank. Dear Professor, we recently took possession of a collection of rare gems on behalf of our mutual acquaintance. The gems have now been sold to Louisiana jewelers, who made several offers far exceeding our expert's estimate of the stone's value. The final sale price agreed upon for the 11 gems was 12,550 Swiss francs. Our client has instructed that you receive 2/3 of this sum transferred to your solicitor, as per usual. As always, our discretion is assured, and we look forward to continued business with you and your illustrious patrons. Yours sincerely, Jeffrey Scott, representative of the E.W. Gray Banking House, New Orleans, USA, January 9th, 1882. Ooh. Gygax's diary, December 1879. It's been 3 months since I took over the Edelweiss from Becker. Not all my colleagues approve of the rule changes, so I am now the only professor here. No matter, the hiring of several strong nurses will solve the personnel shortage. At last, my work can flourish without the impairment of his lesser mind. March 1880. The first payment has arrived from R. Our deal does pose risks, but the possibilities are endless if he is true to his word. May 1880. The first shipment of chosen ones has arrived. R has sent a vast selection of broken minds. The work ahead will be difficult, but undoubtedly useful for my own research as well. 2 birds with 1 stone.
an Edelweiss relief
There we go.
about 2 inches in diameter. This must be what Holmes was after.
One more.
Close, but I don't think this is the key. This is too small to be what Holmes asked for.
Okay. Now to the dumbwaiter. I think with the here's the kitchen. There we go. Nice. Okay. What's this? All right. Classroom? What the hell is that? A tooth?
The tooth of an adult male, likely lost in a beating. Only a couple of days old.
They're
The
chained.
inside of the cuff is worn. It's been used often. A wax cylinder. There is something recorded on it. The writing is mostly gone. Phonetic symbols, perhaps.
Okay. That's everything in here. Okay. Let's go this way first.
Oh, the smell. Dear God, is that body parts?
Jesus.
Judging by the remnants of blood and flesh, these instruments were used for dismemberment. Utterly inhuman.
Okay. History check. Notebook of Professor Gygax. The new method at last started to show progress. The success rate is 4 out of 10, and the failures are not responding to any external stimuli. Nevertheless, the phonetics system can be declared an undeniable success, regardless of their native language or place of origin. Individuals learn to speak and the chant without flaw. They learn it quickly and fluently, despite lacking all mental autonomy. Regrettably, one of the chosen continues to resist. Isolation and deprivation resulted in a strengthening of their disobedience. Negotiation only ignited anger, and even after the direct removal of the frontal and temporal lobes, it seems all that was left was an innate desire to resist. This chosen one cannot be allowed to pollute the minds of the others. The conclusion is inescapable. They cannot continue to live. I will see to it they are sent to the well.
Looks as if it's been recently used.
Professor, handwritten letter. Trust my guide, the light of the abyss, for he shall enlighten our chosen ones. Make sure he is present and that our chosen utter nothing but the sacred words, and lo, the trance will begin, and we will be an inch closer to the universe beyond. Your work is essential, as many of our flock do not speak our language, and time is of the essence. It would be best to work in groups, performing at least one seance per day for a week. Of course, the most skeptical members will have to be tamed by your hands. In the meantime, my work continues on a physical method to maintain the trance state through the emitted light waves of Callade lenses. Finally, my men in New Orleans will contact you regarding the new shipment of Chosen. Make room for them as you have done before. R. Okay. Telegram from New Orleans. The bank has the gems. My master has ordered me to send the first shipment of chosen ones. They will arrive within 2 weeks. Do not fail us. A. What the fuck? What the fuck was that about? For God's sakes!
Dynamo machine. Provides electrical stimulation for the person in the chair. Full grain leather straps. Impossible to escape. A very professional brain dissection.
Interesting. What the fuck? Oh! What the fuck?
Get out of my head! Your mind festers, devoid of soul. Find reverence for the one that trembled. Lord, left your surrender your soul and become a servant.
What the shit? What?
Please, no more. Stop it. Watson, John, somebody. Wretched
What the
mortal,
fuck?
do not fear what is to come. Let him rupture our world anew. Awaken! And let the awaken and
Whoa.
The light of the abyss is the light from the abyss. Get out of my head.
What the fuck is all this shit, dude? This is some whack ass shit, man. Tripping. Okay.
A hydraulic elevator? How ingenious.
Right.
Watson?
Holmes.
What are you
Watson.
still doing here?
Still? I was trying to find more information. Did you think I was just going to sit in my room twiddling my thumbs?
I only asked you to find the key. I had everything else under control.
Says the man who looks like he saw a ghost.
I'm fine, Watson.
You're hardly fine. You reek of congealed blood and chemicals. What did you see down there?
Never mind me. Where's Gygax?
I'm afraid she's over there. I found her like that when I entered, on my word.
What? She was our biggest lead.
Yet another wrinkle in our investigation. What do we do now, Holmes?
Hush. Let me think.
Oh my god. Heidi did it.
Heidi, how did it end up here?
I had nothing to do with this, Holmes. I swear it.
Yeah, I believe you.
The pencil is buried deep all the way to the brain. Instant death. No traces of blood on her clothes. Must have got on her white overcoat. The patients here wear the same robes.
We'd better inform the local police about this.
You're right, Watson. But first, we need to determine where our case goes next.
Okay. Alright. There's a lot of talk of New Orleans. Let's see if New Orleans is the... So let's see, letter from New Orleans Bank. This was talking about New Orleans, and there's another one. Telegram. Looks like we're going to New Orleans in the U.S. Several pieces of evidence now point to New Orleans. It appears that the kidnappers have enlisted the service of the banking house of E.W. Gray to sell gems. Alright. Guess we gotta use that to talk to Watson?
We've got what we needed, Watson. This conspiracy reaches further than we thought. I don't suppose you've ever been to New Orleans?
You are joking.
I seldom do. Let's go. There's no time to waste.